形意拳
Welcome to Vital Xingyi Quan, a three-part video series. Featuring
梁守瑜、马希奇
Liang Shouyu and Sam Masich. This film was written, directed, and produced by Sam Masich and Mariko Stepkovich. Nature. Since the earliest times, man has learned from nature, watching her habits and imitating her rhythms and powers. Natural law appears in man's music, medicine, art, and even the martial arts. Refined over the years through persistent practice with attention to detail, Xingyi Quan is one of the most powerful examples of this. In its most basic form, Xingyi represents the strengths of the five elements: metal, water, wood, fire, and earth, as manifested in five fists: Pi, Zuan, Bong, Pao, Han. The art also captures the essence and power of 12 animals. Seen here is the sparrowhawk, the chicken, and the tiger. The words Xingyi Quan well capture the fierce yet controlled spirit of the art. The first character, Xing, means shape, form, or the structure of a thing, while the second character, Yi, means intention or will. Thus, Xingyi refers to the shape of the intention, the ability to bring the will into form. Quan means fist or boxing style. Standing alone, it refers to the martial ethics, the virtues of respect, humility, and courage. These virtues were well personified in Marshal Yue Fei of the Song dynasty, who stood as a great example in a difficult and corrupt time. A consummate martial artist, Yue Fei is accredited for having created Xingyi Quan, also eagle claw boxing and 8 pieces of brocade qigong. Xingyi is classified as an internal style martial art. It is renowned for its simple and effective results in both contest and in battle. While it appears to be simple, Xingyi Quan is a challenging mental, physical, and spiritual discipline. In this video series, we will look at basic solo and partner training forms. In Volume 1, we'll look at basic stance, the 5 fists and their applications. Seen here is the fist of Zuan, or drilling. Making use of slow motion, multi-angle, and freeze frame, you should be able to learn these techniques. Continuing, we will examine the basics of the short and long linking forms. These forms connect the basic 5 fist movements in a continuous sequence. These are basic foundations for mastering Xingyi Quan. We will also examine partner conditioning exercises from simple, stationary to complex moving forms. These drills are quite dynamic and powerful. They're based on the interaction of the 5 elements, the cycles of creation and destruction. They provide the basis and format for later exercises such as Ansan Pao, the 2-man sparring Xingyi. These exercises are designed to train both reaction and power, so don't be surprised if you get the odd bumper bruise along the way. In Volume 2, we will begin looking at a Xingyi basic form. This includes not only the important 5 elements, but the 12 animals and their applications as well. Seen here is the powerful horse movement. Continuing, we will look at Ansan Pao, the peaceful body cannon sparring sequence. The movements of this form are intricate and detailed, so we'll spend quite a bit of time looking at small points. Ansan Pao is powerful and exciting, but it is important to have a strong root in the basics of Xingyi Quan. This form, Ansan Pao, was first published in the 1930s by famous Tai Chi Xingyi and Bagua master Sun Lutang. To really understand Ansan Pao, one must be rooted in the basic 5 elements movements, Pi, Zuan, Bong, Pao, Han. Later in the tape, we will examine the training for each of these fists. Continuing on, we will look at Xingyi Qigong. This form, first presented by the late master Chang Zhou-dong, looks at the basics of qi circulation in the body, how to move energy from the lower body, from the legs and waist, up through to the sense areas. This sharpens our yi, or intention. Of course, this is critical in Xingyi Quan training. In Volume 3, we will look at the 12 animals and their applications. We'll also look at other auxiliary forms and training methods. Seen here is the application for the chicken. This video series is designed for use with the book Xingyi Quan by Master Liang Shouyu and Dr. Yang Jungming. The book has proven to be a milestone in martial arts publications. Be aware that several of the sequences presented on these videotapes are not in the book, but that all of the forms in the book are on these tapes. Meet Master Shouyu Liang. Having studied martial arts and Qigong since age 6, he has been voted in the top 17 coaches in China since 1946. His Xingyi instructors include Masters Zhong Huaixian and Wang Sutian, both students of the great master Sun Lutang. My name is Sam Masich. I'll be assisting Master Liang in production, instruction, and narration. I can say from first-hand experience that to learn Xingyi, you need to be patient, diligent, persevering, and to keep a good sense of humor.
Wu Xing Pi Zhuan Bong Pao Hen.
The wuxing, or 5 elements, are splitting, drilling, crushing, cannon, and crossing. Before we study these, we should look at the 3-body posture, the basic posture, or
三体式
correct basic posture is the foundation of all Xingyi training. Any Xingyi master watching a student practice will immediately key into the posture. The San Ti, or 3 body parts, are the head, feet, and hands, said to be related to the 3 powers of heaven, earth, and man. Keep the arms extended but relaxed, with the shoulders open and dropped. Hands and fingers are also open, but round in the center of the palm, or Lao Gong, and round between the thumb and index finger. The neck is straight with the head slightly lifted. Eyes should be focused like the eyes of an eagle or snake. The back is straight and perhaps very slightly arched forward. The hips are mostly loose with a slight inward turn. Weight is about 60% on the rear leg. The first of the 5 fists is
Pi
or splitting. Pi Quan cuts like an axe and is therefore related to the element metal. First start by stepping out into San Ti Si as before. Settle into the posture. The left hand forms the fist, hooks in. It drives out as you step forward with the left leg. Then continue forward and Pi. The action is cutting. The right hand now pulls in. The right hand drills out. The right foot steps and Pi Quan. Now turn. Sink back on the left leg. 2 hands form fists. Step out with a kicking action. Step left foot and Pi Quan. Finish, weight on right foot, left hand comes in. Let's look at it from the front angle. Once again we see stepping out into San Ti Si. The left hand hooks in, drives forward, and cut. It's important to pull back as you drive forward. Watch here again. Hook and pull. Let's watch some applications for Pi Quan. Here I punch towards Master Liang. He drills up, filing my arm to the outside, and then drives into the shoulder, pulling back firmly with the right hand. Another example of dislocating the shoulder is seen here. I punch with my left hand. He controls and pushes firmly in, striking and pushing at the same time. The important thing is to use the whole body in Pichuan. Let's look at a simpler application. Master Liang parries and strikes towards the face. Once again, parry, strike using the cutting motion of Pichuan. A variation on this would be to drive up under the chin. This puts pressure on the neck and could be used to strike. Here we see that Pichuan can also be used to push the partner away, to throw them down on the ground. Notice Master Liang turns his body 45 degrees from the attack to achieve this result. Let's watch Pichuan performed at regular speed. Of course, you can practice this movement as many times as you like, going in both directions. The next of the 5 fists is
钻
or drilling. Because of its twisting, spiraling movement, zuan belongs to water. Once again, like in most Xingyi practices, we step out into santi se to begin. Hook. Step forward with the left foot slightly and the right foot and right hand together make zuan. Right foot steps, left hand makes zuan. Turn the body, weight on left leg, step forward and drill through. Notice that in each zuan there is the posture santi se at the end. Let's watch from the front. In the drilling fist, there's very little lateral movement. More, there is a corkscrewing kind of movement. Because of this, the energy of zuan shows up in many Xingyi movements. Watch here. We drill, and then once again, drill. This is zuan. Once again, drilling through. Notice the slight twist in the forearm. Master Liang turns, and once again, drill. The right hand slightly blocks or covers down, and then the left hand drills through. Let's look at some applications for zuan. I strike Master Liang. He blocks and uses zuan to the throat, or he could use it to the temple, the eye, the underside of the nose, under the chin, or the ear. Zuan drills or corkscrews or wedges its way in to the target. The basic fist of zuan is much like a regular fist, only inverted, twisted over. A very common variation on this fist is to have the index finger knuckle advanced. Notice the thumb supports the knuckle to prevent it from being injured. We could use this advanced finger to strike the temple or the eye or the cheekbone, renzong under the nose, the throat or the ear, all vital points. The drilling fist is capable of deflecting and attacking all at once. It's also famed for the ability to slip into another target when necessary. Watch here. It slides in, parrying and striking all at once. This saves time and frees up the other hand. In grappling, zuan is also effective. Here I try to control Master Liang's arms. He uses zuan to slip through and to strike all at the same time. This creates an enormous tension which causes my body to spring back. The effectiveness of zuan here comes from the corkscrewing, twisting movement. The movement of turning from one side to the other in the solo exercise also has application. Here we see Master Liang is attacked from behind. He turns, blocks the attack, covers with both arms. He uses Zhuan to strike as his right foot pushes in on the knee. This would break the knee. Another example of this kind of turning movement is seen here. He uses the left hand to strike the face. He steps forward and drives. Let's watch again. Notice it's the coordinated body movement, the left hand coming around with the body, the whole body driving forward with the Zhuan movement that makes this effective. Let's watch the movement Zhuan practiced in solo at regular speed. Once again, you may practice the movement as many times as you like in each direction. After studying Pi and Zhuan, we can begin the study of
Bong,
which is crushing or extending. Bong moves like an arrow and therefore belongs to the element of wood. Once again, we start out stepping into San Ti Si, the three-body posture. From here, slightly advance the left leg, right hand forming fist, and bong, punch. Step, bong, punch. Step, bong, punch. Left, bong, punch. Turn. Hook, kicking out. Step out into San Ti Si, bong. Step back, bong, and finish. Let's watch one more time from the front. Step out into San Ti Si. Weight is on the back leg. Two hands form fists, drawing in, step, bong. Step, bong. Notice the back leg, the right leg, draws right up to the left leg in this variation of bong. Turn, hook and kick. Step out, bong. Step back, bong, and finish. Let's look at a few applications for this movement. The most basic idea is simply punching. I try to get in on Master Liang. He moves to the corner 45 degrees and drives straight in with bong. In this example, we move around. I try to attack with my left hand. Watch here. He sidesteps again and punches in. Notice he punches to the weak angle, to my heels. In this example, Master Liang just simply attacks. He doesn't bother parrying or moving or anything, just drives. The power of bong is to punch but drive at the same time. This push-punch kind of technique is very powerful and effective. Let's watch bong practiced at regular speed. Notice the foot advances with the punch. As we turn to the other side, we can see another variation on this movement. In this case, the right punch is the same, but the left advancing punch is with the step. Punch, step punch at the same time. Both types of punches are considered correct. When making the fist for Bong Quan, we close the fingers and make Li Quan, or vertical punch. The wrist is slightly sitting and digging in. Let's watch another variation on Bong Quan. Notice this time with both punches, the punch moves with the advancing step. In practicing Bong, you should work all of these variations until you're comfortable with them. The next movement is very explosive. It is called
炮
Pao means cannon. The cannon movement, being very explosive, is related to the element of fire. As usual, we begin with Santi Se. This time step out, closing both fists, step to the corner, and pow. We pull back, then drive. The left hand is blocking upwards, the right hand punching forward like bong. Once again, pow. Turn, pulling in, pow, and finish. Let's watch this movement one more time from the front. Step out, Santi Se, reaching out, pull, drive forward, stepping up, pull back, drive. There's much similarity between the movements Pao and Bong. The upper hand in Pao can also be used to strike. Turn and Pao. The parrying function of the upper hand is often seen in the applications of Pao. Here I strike Master Liang, he blocks and drives forward. Notice he holds his Santi Se. Applied a little more dynamically, Pao looks like this. Boom! Like a cannon. Watch Master Liang's footwork. He parries moving to the outside, that 45-degree angle again, which drives me once again onto my heels. Against a high kick, Pao is particularly effective. Using the left arm to cushion the blow, we drive forward with the right fist. The left arm may augment the strike, or it may be used to help push the person away. It has been written that Pao Chuan belongs to fire and is the opening and closing of the one Qi. Like a cannon, it suddenly blasts and hurls its ball. Its nature is the most violent, and its shape is the most fiery. Let's watch Pao again, performed at regular speed. The final fist, and perhaps the most important, is called
横
Hen means to cross. Its posture is solid as a rock, and therefore it belongs to earth. Start with the correct Santi Se. In Hen, the arm that's advanced and the leg that's advanced are opposite. Here we see left leg, right arm. Step. Now the right leg is forward and the left arm is forward. The movement is crossing or cutting. Watch here. The right hand drives under and across. This shouldn't be confused with zuan or drilling. In Hen, we slip underneath the hand. Watch again here. The right hand slides under the left hand and comes across. Let's watch this movement from the front. Once again, we begin with Santi Se. The right index finger is lined up with the left middle finger, step out, and moving into Hen. Step with the left, right foot draws up and cross. Here we can see the crossing movement a little more clearly. Step, the left hand comes in and across. In Zuan, we have drilling, twisting movement, which moves over the arm. In Hen, we have blocking, crossing movement, which comes under the arm. Hen, crosses. Turn, step out, once again, Hen, and finish. Let's watch some applications for hen quan. The basic idea of this fist is to slip in and under, parry across, and drive to the ribs. Let's work here. Master Liang steps outside and slips in, crossing into the ribs. It could work if I punched with the left hand as well. He slips in and punches the stomach or sternum. Let's see in slow motion. I advance with my right hand, trying to jab. He covers and slides in. He could use the whole arm, smashing in, or using this to push me away. Hen can be used to set up a powerful grappling throw. Watch here. I strike. He parries. He slips in, smashing the ribs and pushing outwards to the corner. This is the power of hen. Notice Master Liang's stable posture, a perfect Santi Si. Let's watch hen quan performed at regular speed. Like all of the five fists, the movements of hen are quick, neat, and stable. Having practiced the five fists, we can move on to the basic linking forms which connect their movements.
连环拳一
The short linking form combines the basic five fists. A song written about this form goes like this. Quickly advance and quickly withdraw, the postures are linked and threaded. Suddenly short and suddenly long, its meaning and theory are detailed. It combines the one qi and its domain is vast. Move repeatedly left and right as if you were next to a wall. We begin, as usual, with san ti si. Step out and settle into the posture. The first movement of the linking form is bong quan. Step back with the right foot, building pressure and hen. Let's watch again from the front. Step forward and bong. Step back, crossing into hen. The movement is coordinated like a spring. Let's watch here. We step back and let pressure build. One more time. The right foot steps back, creating the spring. Now the left foot reluctantly comes back. It drags along the ground, building pressure, and then the left hand, hen, crossing out. Notice the hips are twisted and the feet are turned. Continuing from the hen, we move into bong once more. Turn the feet and hips and drive forward, bong. Here it is the power of the hips that creates the speed and sets up the step for bong. The spring in the left leg is released as the right leg moves. The left leg drives forward and the right leg hooks out, pulling forward, stepping up for bong. The left hand is near dantian. It may be palm up or palm down. It doesn't matter. From here we move into white crane spreads its wings. Open the hands, step back, and strike down. Feet together. Once again. Down. The whole body moves. Open, step back, and strike. This movement sets up pow, step out and strike. Watch again. Pow, the hands draw in and strike out. Let's watch the whole movement. After bong, the hands drop. open into white crane spreads its wings. Step back and bang. Step out, reach out, extend the step. Watch how long the step is. And pow. Left foot drawing up. After pow, we sink back and cover, blocking inside with the right hand. This is a variation of hen. The left hand covers down and the right hand drills, weight on the right foot, and step out to P. Let's watch that whole little sequence one more time. From pow, cover, blocking inside, sink back, step back, and cover with the left hand. Right hand drills through, left hand drills, and P-tren. Once again, in this P-tren, the step is long. The whole body is coordinated to make the step. After P-tren, we continue with Zuan, step up, and notice this Zuan has the left foot forward and the right hand forward. Step up, Zuan, or drilling. The right arm should be very extended. Here's the step. Left foot releases, inch stepping. Right foot draws up, and Zuan. The right arm should be quite extended. From Zuan, we continue. Step forward and P. In this version of P, the legs are crossed. Watch again. Zuan, step, P. The weight is slightly forward on the right leg. Let's watch the legs again more closely. Step. Right foot comes through. We drive up, making the regular P kind of motion, and settle onto the right leg. Boom. The whole posture should be open and extended. Continuing from here, we step into Bong. After Bong, we turn, hooking around, cover, right hand drives through, kick, step out. The arms are extended. Let's watch that again. From the last Bong Tren, boom, turn. The whole body turns. Right hand swings around, left hand covers over, right foot up, hook and kick, step out, and P-tren, step forward into Santi Se. From here we continue the whole movement once again. Step forward and Bong, step back, Hen, shift, Bong, white crane, Pow, cover, cover, P, etc., etc. Let's watch the whole thing from the beginning. Two arms extend, step out and Santi Se. Turn and perform the sequence a second time. Bong, hen. You can perform this sequence as many times as you like, just repeating the movements over and over from side to side. First focus on making the movements clear before trying to make them fast. Then you can go on to practice the more advanced linking form.
连环拳2
The second linking form is longer. It is a more detailed look at the 5 basic elements. We start, as always, with Santi Se, By now you should realize how important this basic stance is, as it shows up in all movements. Our first movement is Pi Chuan. Here it is performed exactly as it is performed in solo practice. Pi Chuan, hook, once again, Pi Chuan. Let's watch from the front. San Ti Se, right index finger over left middle finger. Left hand forms fist, hooks in and drills up. Right hand drills through, pull and push, Pi Chuan. Once again, drive, Pi Chuan. Continuing from Pi Chuan, we have Bong, step back, Bong, step forward, Bong. One more time. Bong, Bong, Bong. The footwork is the same as in the short linking form. The only difference is that we use Bong, step back, and instead of using hen, we again strike with Bong. So the movements are Bong, Bong, shift the hips, step, and once again, Bong. Once again, pay attention to the solid San Ti Se step. Bong, Bong, Bong. Let's continue forward now into White Crane spreads its wings. Pow. Cover, cover, Zuan, and Pi, exactly like the short linking form. Let's watch that all again. Continuing on from Pi, we move into Zuan and Zuan. So we have two. Let's watch again. Zuan, step, Zuan. One thing you may find confusing is the footwork and the handwork coordinated. In solo practice with Zuan, if the right hand is forward, so is the right foot. But in this form, the right hand is forward and the left foot is forward. Again, we step out with the right foot. Now we have the left hand forward and the right foot forward. Pay attention to this detail and you won't find yourself being confused. Continuing from here, we pull back and pow. Step, pow. Once again, pow. Reach out, pull back, pow. Continuing on, we pull down, hook out, and Pi. Step out, hen. Step out, hen. Once again, from Bong, draw down, step out, hen. Step out, hen. From hen we continue and punch forward with the right hand. Bong. Turn. Hook. Pi. Step out, San Ti Se. And finish. Once again, the turn hooks around, steps out, and finishes. This completes the long linking form. Now let's watch the whole form done smoothly and correctly. Step out into San Ti Se. Left foot advances, weight on the right leg. Left hand forms fist, right hand forms fist, hook around, step out, and Pi Chuan. Once again, Pi. Bong, step back, Bong, step Bong. White Crane spreads its wings, pow. Cover inside, cover over, Zuan into Pi. Step Zuan, step again, Zuan. Reach out and pow. Reach out, step, pow. Pull down, hook step out, and hen. Step, hen. Step, bong. Turn. Hook step, down, pi. Step to san, ti, se, and finish. You can continue again on the other side.
三手炮
The three-hand cannon training. Sun So Pao introduces the student to the idea of using the basic elements, the basic fists, for fighting training. Master Liang in white begins by using Bong Chuan, punching. I respond, wearing red, by using Pi Chuan to block his movement and control his shoulder. Master Liang again uses Bong. He punches towards the sternum. I block and control his arm with Pi. Master Liang uses the movement Pow to counter my control. I parry his arm with my left hand, and I use Bong, thus changing sides. Master Liang drops down and covers my arms with Pi. I break loose and use Bong one more time. Master Liang breaks through my Bong with Pi Chuan and controls the shoulder. I respond by lifting my left arm and using Pow. We repeat the cycle one more time. Master Liang parries the movement and uses Bong. Once again, I use Pi, covering the arm and controlling the wrist. He then again uses Bong. My turn, I use Pi. Master Liang then follows through with Pow. Once again I parry, blocking and using Bong. He covers with Pi. Again I use Bong. He covers again with Pi Chuan. I break loose from his left arm and use Pow. Once again the cycle continues. Bong, Pi, Bong, Pi, Pow, Bong, Pi, Bong, Pi, Pow, block, Bong, Pi, Bong, Pi, Pow, block. Watch the movements on one side are Bong, Bong, Pow. Watch Master Liang. Bong, Bong, Pow. The movements on the other side are Pi, Pi, parry, Pi on my side, Pi, parry, Bong, Bong, Pow, Pi, Pi, parry, Bong, Bong, Pow, Pi, Pi, block. Gradually the movement becomes continuous and smooth. Sun So Pao is designed to train coordination, but also speed and power. The movements should be clear, they should be neat, but they should also be firm. Focus the mind in each strike and in each block. Practicing in this way will quickly increase your coordination. Don't be surprised if you wind up with the odd bruise, however.
双人合步练习
This two-person moving step drill introduces several new attack and defense skills and begins to encourage lower body coordination in partner training. Begin by taking San Ti Si. My initial movement is Zuan. I use this to parry his hand and also to reference it. I feel where his hand is and catch his left hand, pulling it down and controlling him. I step forward and strike with Bong. Master Liang snakes out, steps back and parries the hand with Pi. From here, I hook under again with Zuan, only this time with my right hand. I control his arm with my left hand, pulling it down. Step in and once again, Bong. Master Liang once more steps back and uses Pi to cover. I settle back into San Ti Si and we do the movement again on the opposite side. Master Liang hooks with Zuan, controls the hand, steps in and Bong. From here I step back, controlling his arm with Pi. He hooks in using Zuan, steps forward and controls the wrist. His left hand grasps me, pulls down, and he uses Bong Quan. Once again I step back and use Pi. He takes San Ti Si. Let's watch the movement from another angle, from on top. Zuan, hooks, grabs, step, and Bong, punch. Try to settle back into your San Ti Si. He snakes out, parries, covers the punch. I use Zuan again. Control the hand, step in, and Bong. Master Liang steps back, covers. San Ti Si. Zuan. Control the wrist. Punch. Step back. Parry into Pi Quan. Hook. Grasp the wrist. Control. And once again, Bong. Step back. Pi. San Ti Si. Let's watch the movement performed more smoothly. Zuan, hook, punch, parry. Zuan, hook, punch, parry. San Ti Si. Zuan, Bong, Pi, Zuan, Bong, Pi. One more time. Zuan, control, Bong, Pi, Zuan, control, Bong, Pi, San Ti Si. Zuan, control, Bong, Pi, Zuan, control, Bong, Pi, San Ti Si. Zuan, control, Bong, Pi, Zuan, control, Bong, Pi. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, settle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, settle. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Faster. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. In this way, the movement becomes continuous and smooth. Everything becomes connected.
五行相克定不
The 5 elements restraining each other, stationary form. This exercise follows the principles of the creative and destructive cycles of the 5 elements theory. The first form, Bong, performed by Master Liang, represents wood, which relates to the color green. Bong is destroyed by Pi, which is represented by metal. Metal is thought of as relating to the color white. Therefore, Pi splits Bong in the same way that metal splits wood. Pi is destroyed by Pao. Pao represents fire, which relates to the color red. Fire melts metal, and therefore Pi is destroyed by Pao. Pao is overcome by Zuan. Zuan represents water, which overcomes fire and relates to the colors black or blue. Finally, Hen blocks Zuan. Hen, earth, which relates to the color yellow. Earth blocks or absorbs water, and hence Hen overcomes Zuan. The cycle begins again. This time I apply Bong. Wood overcomes earth in the same way that wood can dig into the earth or absorb its nutrients. Master Liang now uses Pi to overcome Bong. Metal cuts into wood. I respond with Pao. Pao destroys Pi. Fire melts metal. Master Liang counters with Zuan. Zuan beats Pi. Water extinguishes fire. I finish the cycle with Hen. Hen destroys Zuan. The earth dams the water and prevents it from moving. The cycle begins anew with Bong. Pi. Pao. Zuan. Hen. Once again, Bong, this time on my side. Pi. Pao. Zuan. Han. Master Liang starts the cycle again. Wood, metal, fire, water, earth. You may notice that our interaction follows the cycle of destruction in the 5 elements relationships. If you watch closely, you'll see our individual sides follow the creative cycle. We have Pi, Zuan, Bong, Pao, Hen, or metal, water, wood, fire, and earth. Let's watch the movements practiced smoothly and evenly. Gradually we'll pick up the tempo a little bit, and much like the Sanso Pao exercise, begin to practice more vigorously. Practicing in this fashion not only increases your reaction time, but begins to toughen and strengthen the form. One more time. Strike, Zuan, smash, block, ribs. I sink back and hook the fist. Watch here. As Master Liang strikes in, I hook, twisting the fist slightly inwards and pulling him a little bit forward. cover, P, zuan, smash, block, bong, hook. Having pulled Master Liang forward, I suddenly release my grip and launch into a quick and violent attack. This is the attack of the monkey. Let's watch the attack more closely. First, striking with the right hand, jumping forward. The right foot strikes, and then I continue through, attacking with the right hand again, making Pi Chuan. Now let's watch Master Liang's response to this. I strike with the right hand, he parries with the left. He steps back, evading my left hand, and parries my right foot with his left hand. He continues stepping back and blocks Pi with zuan once again. These movements present unusual challenges. Let's watch the forms individually on each side. Hooking the fist, I sink back into an empty stance. From here, I release the spring in the legs, advancing the left leg slightly, and jumping. The right hand strikes, the left hand strikes, the right foot kicks out at the opponent. Finally, we finish with Pi Chuan. Now let's watch Master Liang's movement. He covers, steps back, and makes zuan. Master Liang starts from the movement bong. He sinks back, covers with his left hand, steps back, crossing the legs, and performs zuan. Let's watch the whole thing together one more time. Hook, strike, parry, kick, parry, strike, zuan. Master Liang has the cross legs, and I have san ti su. Let's watch the last section now. From here, I take away and strike with bong. Master Liang covers, and I strike to the side one more time. This is much like the earlier movements. I take the hand away, bong. Master Liang covers, I parry, and strike to the side. This time Master Liang's response is slightly different from the earlier movement. He covers, I cover, strike. This time he jams my shoulder. Bong, cover, strike, jam the shoulder. This prevents me from moving forward with my strike. Let's watch one more time. Cover, strike, cover with the shoulder. I snake inside, cover, and strike with Pi. One more time. Bong, cover, strike. Snake inside, block down, and Pi Chuan. Let's watch Master Liang's response. He jams my shoulder, I circle, striking with Pi, and he blocks from the inside with the left hand. Once again. Take away, bong, cover, strike, jam, circle, Pi, block to the inside. Master Liang continues after the block by attacking with his left hand. Let's watch here. Block, strike. Once again from the angle. Take away, bong, cover, strike, jam, circle, strike, to the cheek or the ear or the side of the head with the palm. Let's watch my response to this. We circle around, Pi, block, strike. I use the double block one more time. Master Liang strikes again, and once again I use the double block, following in, like earlier, with bong. One more time. Bong, cover, strike, circle, Pi, parry, strike, double block. Again, Master Liang strikes with the left hand, double block, and slip in for bong. Let's watch the final move, Master Liang's response to this. Pi. When I do bong, Master Liang covers also with Pi. And we now finish the form. One more time, the last section. Bong, cover. Strike, jam, circle, pi, block, block. Finally, bong is covered by pi. While this marks the finish of Ansan Pao, it is possible with a simple turnaround to perform the other side of the form. Watch here. This is the last section repeated. Master Liang finishes with pi but may continue on to perform bong. I parry, and thus we start the cycle anew. Notice here Master Liang begins the form by punching with bong. We continue on, parry, bong, cover with pi, pow, pi, block, block, lift, bong, bong, zuan, pow. The form continues on in this fashion. In practicing Ansan Pao, you should learn both sides of the form. Gradually, practicing the sequence will enable you to study and master the techniques and to become familiar with the fighting strategy and movements of the style. They will also let you train the speed and the different jings or energies and help you to develop a sense of enemy. Although speed is an important element in Xingyi training, it is critical to practice the movements smoothly and correctly. Later, speed will come. Let's watch an example of the form performed at regular speed. Ansan Pao is quick and neat. Its technique is rooted in the 5 elements and the 12 animals training. Most important is the 5 elements, pi, zuan, bong, pao, hen. These must be continually explored. You must practice coordinating these movements during solo training and always remember the posture, san ti se. In practicing Ansan Pao, coordinate with your partner, time every movement exactly. Gradually your timing, your speed, and your power will increase to a very high level. In Xingyi training, the jing, or power, is internal, and it comes from the unification of the internal and external. The external unifications enable the entire body to move as one unit, so that the rooting, stability, balance, and the manifestation of jing can be natural and powerful. The internal unifications coordinate the emotions, the vital energy, and the will with one another so that you can judge accurately in any situations. A famous ancient thesis discusses these points. In Xingyi Quan, the most important point is one word: unification. When the movements are unified, then the postures are accurate and gain the advantage. When the movements are not unified, then the postures are abnormal and uncomfortable, and the qi, the vital energy, and the li, or the strength, will be in vain. You must realize this. What is called the unification includes 6. The body is not leaning, the emotional mind is peaceful, and the qi is harmonious. The wisdom mind, the yi or will, is not on other matters, it is concentrated. The movements are natural. Then it is called the Xin and the Yi unified, the Yi and the Qi unified, the Qi and the Li unified. These are the 3 internal unifications. This part of the classic emphasizes very strongly the importance of the connection between the emotions and the will. the will and the vital energy and the strength of the body. The classic goes on to say, during movement, when both hands have grabbing jing and the heels of the 2 feet have the external twisting jing, it is said that the hands and feet are unified. When the 2 elbows are sinking and the 2 knees are locked internally, it is called the elbows and the knees are unified. When the 2 shoulders are relaxed and open in drawing the jing and the 2 hips are firmed internally to draw the jing, it is called the shoulders and hips are unified. These are the 3 external unifications. In total, this is called the 6 unifications, or the Liu He. Only after you understand the principle of unification and have mastered it in your technique will you be able to grasp the real keys and the essence of Xingyi Quan. Let's watch the movement again at regular speed, but this time from a different angle. From here we can glimpse a bit of the essence and the feel of Master Liang's Xingyi. From the beginning we can see that he has focused his will and that his intention is one-pointed. This contributes to the strong presence in all of his movements. Each one is clear and defined. From the very start of the interaction, there is a practiced and yet spontaneous sensing of timing, speed, power, vulnerability, and opportunity. Notice that as the pace increases, his focus also increases. He becomes sharp and concentrated in his will. He remains, however, cool, sensitive, and rooted. The power comes half from the body and technique, and half from the mind and spirit. Let's continue on with some conditioning exercises which will strengthen your An San Pao training.
行拳功离练习
5 elements fists, training and conditioning exercises. These exercises are designed to increase the accuracy and focus of the 5 basic fists. The first is to strengthen Pi Quan. In Xingyi classics, it is written that Pi Quan is like an axe. Its characteristics belong to metal. In these exercises, there is no need of great exertions. Rather, we aim to direct the power accurately. In training Pi Quan, we split the punch with a Zhuan type movement. We pull sharply back and drive forward into the shoulder. Coordinate the arm movements with the movements of the back and the waist for success. Make each movement sharp, neat, and clear. Zhuan Quan, it is said, belongs to water. The transportation of its qi is like flowing water, smooth and curved, nowhere cannot be reached. With Zhuan, we extend and drill at the same time. The movement punctures, screws in, grinds, and penetrates all at the same time. This exercise should toughen but also sensitize the forearms. The movement Pi Quan is said to be related to the element metal and its practice of benefit to the lungs. Zhuan, related to water, strengthens the kidneys. Now let's look at Bong Quan. The shape of Bong Quan is like an arrow and its characteristics belong to wood. Practicing this fist strengthens the liver. Perform Bong Quan. When your opponent makes Pi Quan, drive through with Bong Quan again. Practicing Bong Quan is also very important. In martial circles there is a saying, Bambu Bong Quan, Da Tian Sha. The half-step Bong Quan will beat all under heaven. The shape of Pao Quan is like a cannon firing. Its characteristics belong to fire. Its energy harmonizes the qi in the heart. Have your opponent bear down on the support arm, drive up through, drilling and twisting it open, and explode with Pao Quan. Watch here. The left arm twists, the right arm explodes. Of the 5 fists, this one is probably the most powered by emotional substance. Let the strong release be fueled by feeling. The shape of Hen Quan is like a ball. Its characteristics belong to earth. In the body it belongs to the spleen and stomach. When the qi of Hen is smooth, then the stomach and spleen will be peaceful, and they'll move easily. Hen is crossing. Because the movement is diagonal and powerful to the side, it must be supported by the legs. To really coordinate the inner and the outer in Xingyi Quan, we must study its basic Qigong.
形意气功
Xingyi Qigong. These 12 basic exercises are based on the training sets created by Master Chang Zhao Dong. The first movement is called Pick Up the Moon from the Sea Bottom. First we begin by relaxing, letting the body open up. Some gentle movement is fine. There are no requirements for this stage of the training. Let the hands drop naturally to the sides and inhale and exhale 20 times. After taking these breaths, we shake the entire body like a dog shaking off water. But if we allow ourselves to drop into a mental state that's relaxed, easy, and flowing, then we may notice the qi, the energy, starts to circulate by itself, and the movement of shaking will begin spontaneously. Keep the breath low and keep it even. Breathe into the dantian. Breathe through the nose and out the mouth or nose. Let the shaking energy break up stagnant qi, energy that's held and no longer necessary in the body. We do this shaking in preparation. This is in order to open vital channels and to awaken unconscious areas of the body. Let the shaking occur naturally and let it affect all parts of the body, once again like a dog shaking off water. When the shaking begins to naturally settle, let the arms drop to the side. Stand comfortably and inhale slowly and deeply. Inhale and exhale with a deep, loud cough. This cough or shout will help to awaken any parts of the body that are still asleep. From this preparation, we continue on with the rest of the movements of Pick Up the Moon at Sea Bottom. Sink down into a horse stance, dropping low with the palms extended outwards. Circle outwards 3 times. The sense is of exhaling stagnant qi through the palms, through the point of Lao Gong. Now we circle inwards 3 times. Continue to exhale and inhale during this time, but have the sense of drawing in fresh energy from the earth. Pull this energy upwards as if you were lifting something very heavy. Lift it way up over your head and tilt your head backwards to look upwards as you do this. Inhale and slightly bend the knees while the hands are up overhead. Once again, breathe in and breathe out. Now we let the grip on the fists relax, the arms drop. Let the arms drop to the sides. Once again, lift the arms upwards in a loose fashion, letting the chi, the vital energy, sink down. Traditionally, we repeat this whole movement 20 times. When moving the arms outwards and circling inwards, when lifting up and pulling, when sinking down, use the whole power of the arms, the back, the legs, and the waist. Coordinate everything. Here we particularly build the strength of the knees and strengthen the foundation of the stance. The next movement is the lion turns the ball. Finishing the last exercise, we let the palms drop, palm up, and we reach out, circling. We should make a complete circle with each palm. The palm is round as if holding a ball. Draw the arm back to the belly each time. While extending the palm, exhale, turn the palm over, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale. Try to generate the movement from the legs and the waist. These movements will also help to strengthen the chest and the shoulders. This movement also helps to prepare for Zhuan, or drilling energy. Spiritual dragon turns his head. Continuing from the last exercise, we draw the hands back and now turn to the corner. The right arm is extended fully outwards. The left hand pushes back. Let the arm settle to the center and repeat the movement to the other side. It's very important in this movement that you coordinate the entire leg and waist together. Also that the back hand pushes firmly. At this moment there's a strong tension between the left hand and the right hand. This movement begins to allow the chi which has accumulated in the legs from the first exercise to move up through the waist and into the trunk. This exercise also allows the chi to move in a diagonal and extended fashion. Once again, we repeat the movement 20 times. We count the left and the right side as one. Let's continue on to the next movement. The fourth movement is to open and close to rotate the eyeballs. From the last movement, we let the hands drop naturally to the side, stand upright with the feet slightly apart, and relax completely. With the eyes closed, first rotate the eyeballs 20 times clockwise, then 20 times counterclockwise. We repeat these same rotations with the eyes open. This exercise begins to awaken the chi in the upper sense organs, particularly, of course, the eyes. It also helps to prepare the whole head area for the incoming chi from the lower body. In Xingyi training, the eyes, the hands, the feet, the mind, the attack, the advancing and withdrawing, and the body's movements are all speedy. This exercise helps to train the eyes to be able to move independently. This is important both in training alertness and strengthening the spirit. Continuing on, look to the left and beware of the right. Continuing from the last form, first inhale, then turn your head to the left to the maximum while exhaling. Now turn your head to the front while inhaling. While you inhale, store the chi in the lower dantian. Repeat the movement to the right. Exhale. Inhale. When you are exhaling, lead the chi to the skin. When you are inhaling, lead the chi to the dantian. Repeat 20 times. Looking to the left, we turn with the eyes relaxed, scanning the horizon. When looking to the right, the eyes move sharply. They're alert and aware of what's coming. In this way, we continue to lead the spirit and train the awareness. Just as importantly, we begin to loosen up the neck. This allows qi to move from the lower body into the head area. Movement number 6. The large python swings its head. Interlock your hands and lift them, placing them behind the head. From here, use your arms to move the head and upper trunk to the right in a circular motion 20 times. While doing this, try to use the arms as much as possible. The arms pull the head and move it. Now the head and the lower body are connected. The energy can move freely from the lower body to the upper body. Once again, we repeat the movements 20 times to the left. Although traditionally we repeat each movement 20 times, it's possible to set a number that you feel comfortable with. Perhaps 5 times is enough, or perhaps you have time and the feeling to go 100 times. It's really up to you. The 7th movement is to rinse the ears and eyes. Having warmed up the hands, massage outwardly on the forehead and temples. Continue as feels comfortable, leading the qi to the surface of the skin. Make the circles larger so that you're massaging the whole top of the head. The purpose is to continue leading qi into the sense areas. This helps to focus and sharpen the yi, or will, which is of course important in Xingyi training. Rub the inner sides of the eyes with your middle fingers, and then rub the area around your ears with your index fingers. Repeat the whole procedure from beginning to end 3 times. In Chinese medicine, it is known that the ear connects to most parts of the body. There is a saying that he who massages his ears daily can change his destiny. Listen to the organ 3 times. First, warming our hands, we cover the ears very tightly. Pause for a moment and then pull the hands away suddenly, creating suction. This helps to strengthen our alertness in listening. Repeat the movement 3 times. The 9th movement. Make your hand very warm and place it on the top of the head, rubbing down behind the neck. The energy from the top of the head should feel like a warm water in a shower. Perform this motion 3 times and then change sides. We repeat again 3 times on the left. Stroking downwards in this fashion begins to move the energy down along the wind path. This aids us in cooling the fire of the emotions and gaining a stable yi, or wisdom mind. The centering of this mind is very important.